Hi there, and very good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching this Simply Stocks. And today in this session, I'm going to talk about 197 communication. And purely this is as I told you earlier that on Mondays I'll be doing technical analysis on a chart that is looking promising. So I'm going to do analysis on 197 communication, that is Paytm, which is looking pretty good on the, you can say, short-term charts for 4 to 6 weeks. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about 197 communication, here's a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, it will help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and number of podcasts I put up from time to time. And also, if you can pay $100 upfront, you get 1 year access by paying for 10 months. If you cannot pay on Patreon, you can join me on YouTube or WhatsApp as well, on a yearly membership on WhatsApp as well. For that, you need to email me. The email address is given here and is also in the description. So now let's talk about Paytm or 197 Communication. Basically, this company, we all know about it, that it is the leading digital ecosystem for consumers as well as merchants. And as of March 31st, the company has a 333 million plus clients that they have. So they have over 3 crore clients and all that thing, more than 3 crores, and it's growing. So they have a lot of database to work with. The company has a market cap of around 40,000 crores. It has fallen from 2100 to the current levels of 637. In fact, the lows were below 500 levels. So it lost virtually, you can say, 75% of its value post the IPO, and currently the stock is trading around 637 rupees. We'll analyze as to why I believe that the stock looks good technically, but just a little bit of fundamentals for the company. So basically, the company is into losses, as is most of the new age unicorns. But what has changed is that the company had done a buyback of shares, I think around 580 rupees, which is done recently, and it was a huge big buyback that they did. And if you see here on the charts, the stock spurt from around 520 500 rupees all the way to 700 720 rupees, and then had a decline, as is expected in any you can say move, that a short term move we have a rise of around 35 40%, and then a decline and taking support higher. So this has made a higher high, and now the stock is moving higher. So this is what is happening with the stock. The stock has fallen sharply from the days of the IPO, and it has fallen from those 2100 level. 2100 was the IPO price, but it opened lower at around 1900, and it went far lower than that. And so the lows that it made was around 470 438 was the low. So basically the stock erased somewhere in the region of 70 75% in that period. So if I calculate here 2100 minus 440, so you have a situation where the company has got around 80% of the wealth got erased, and now this stock is coming back with a vengeance, with the kind of, you can say, buyback that is announced, and the fact that uh, it has, I mean, turned profitable, about to turn profitable with respect to their business with Paytm and everything. So things are looking better altogether. And we look at their balance sheet. They have cash on books of around 13,000 crores. The borrowings is around 200 crores, but overall, if you say the reserves are around 13,000 crores, which is pretty strong. And if you look at the shareholding pattern also, FIIs have slightly increased their stake, and even in, you can say, public shareholding, there have been large players that are getting in. So we have Vijay Shekhar Sharma itself having a stake of around 8.9%. We have Access Trustee, which have around 4.8%. stake. So overall, the stock looks set for a move upwards. Let's see how the performance ends up being. Now coming to the technical parts as to where the stock could head over the next, you can say, 3 months or so. So I have a feeling that this is the level to look out for, 705. And you can see one more thing, that when the stock fell sharply during November, we had this volume. So what happened here was the stock fell from 600 to 540 on the 17th of November, and we had extreme high volume. So this was something like 57 crores shares that was traded, or 5.7 crore shares that was traded here. And so 5.7 crore shares, this is what I was calculating. 5.7, 5.5, 6 crore shares traded, and the stock fell sharply, and it went all the way to 430 odd by end of November. And now, after consolidation for around 3 months, the stock has moved up. Now, if you see the volumes here, from the 7th of February all the way during the buyback period and all, till around 10th of February, the stock had strong volumes. The volumes were in the region of 3 to 4 crores over this period, say every day, on an average around 2 3 crores every day. So strong volume backed buying is taking place. We'll know about shareholding pattern by the end of March, and we'll know about as to where everything is headed with respect to that. But the stock, it seems like, has made the perennial bottom of around 440, and we could see an upside. Now how much would be the upside if you look at here? And I if I close it down to only say a 6 months chart to it, the 200 DMA is very nearby. The 200 DMA is at 671. The stock is around 636. Once it crosses 670, 675, we can have a strong upside to it. And now we come back to the 1 year chart to understand what kind of an upside we could see. I think we could be headed towards 800, 820 levels, which was seen in August, and from where there was a huge fall that took place between August and November. In 3.5 months, the stock halved. So I think 800 to 820 could be your target. You should buy above 670. So for me, the buying range would be, if you buy at 700, your stop loss would be closer to say 650. Your stop loss will be closer to 650, and your target will be around 820. So 820 is your target, 120 rupees up, and probably you can keep a stop loss at 670, which is the 200 DMA. So buy Paytm at around 700 with a stop loss of 670 and a target of 820 over the next 3 months. That's my technical pick of the week for the next 2 to 3 months, that the stock that could potentially do well on a short-term basis. So this was a video on Paytm. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so then get my videos straight away when I post it, and kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.